Okay, perfect. We're going on Facebook. Woohoo!
Great timing. Awesome. Yeah. You want to say that again for everybody? Awesome to get we're a month in.
We're a month in. We're on day 26. So we're almost a third of the way through. I mean, last time we did this, we were March before we got a third of the way through because we kind of took a little bit of time, went back and watched the replays, and this time we're like,
and they were doing it like a full 30 days. I mean, they were doing Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, they went all out last year. So this is way better to only have Monday through Friday. So this is awesome.
Yeah, so good, so good. So if you're here, let's see, we have Diva Bling by Mildred and Brandy here on Facebook. Hello. Let's start with some wins. Any wins?
Can I make a couple announcements?
Oh, please.
Really quick?
Sorry.
A couple announcements really quick. So as always, if you have any questions, there's a questions post. We want you to direct you to that. If you want replays, go to, my mom stayed up too late last night. If you want replays, go to this post. It's the important info post at the top of here, and where to find the replays, where to find the Zoom link and everything. We have the idea today to hopefully create like an outline of all the different topics and possibly the homeworks. I don't know if we're going to add in the homeworks, if we can add that in, because that's a lot, but at least we're going to do like an outline of month to month, or kind of maybe an ongoing. That way you can look at the ongoing for any replays or any people that are new coming to the 90 days. So they can easily look through it rather than having to click into each video, because I know that's kind of a little annoying. So we'll maybe create a graphic that what each day is, and then it's easy, like, okay, here's the days that I like this, or I want to watch this entire week. Okay, then I'll go to the replays and we'll watch it from there. So that's something that we're hopefully coming out with here soon. So be on the lookout. And yeah, other than that, let's go into some wins and some catch up from yesterday of the follow-up from homework. And Andrea, I'm seeing
Andrea Robinson said, my win is I sold $600 in jewelry this week.
Nice. Woo! Awesome. Huge win. Did she say her name? Latria? I feel like is that right, Latria? Okay, sorry. I feel like you said that and I forgot what you said. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Okay, so I have what I feel is like a major win, okay? Awesome. So of course I've been doing my reels, and of course my sales have been like booming, like major. So that's like a major win for me. But the biggest win for me was because of my reels, because I've been posting them on TikTok, Facebook, as well as my business page for Facebook. I had not just one, but 3 people reach out to me and said, hey, I'm interested in the business. And that was like a huge shocker to me. So of course we're listening to the ladies that was like, how long we needed to wait for them to reach out. So I'm waiting. And one of the girls is actually one of my girls that used to be a consultant. So she actually saw my reel and she hit me up like late last night. She's like, hey sis, I think I'm ready to come back. So awesome. I'm excited.
So you know that if they only have Monday and Tuesday.
Yes, and that's what I told her. So she was like, I got until just the end of this month, right? And I was like, yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely excited.
Okay, awesome. One more little tip. You probably already know this, but has it been 12 months for her since she's
actually? It's been longer than that, because February will be 6 years for me that I've been with the company. So it's actually been, she actually has been watching me, because I took like a brain pause, of course, for like 2 years. So I've been like consistent since last year, January. So it's kind of like she's been watching me slowly grow. And since I've been doing the challenge, it's like she's really been watching me. And so she's like, wait, Latria's like been really doing this thing this last 30 days. So wait, if she's doing this, maybe she's like really serious and I need to get my butt back out there.
That's awesome.
Good
for you. Good
so
for you.
You call them and you say, look, you got 2 more days. You don't want to miss this bling bag. Get on it. Let's get it done. And
super.
And I hope you probably already know this, but if they buy the $99 kit, the bling bag does not come with them. They have to make an order afterwards. Good.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure you know that.
Awesome.
That's excellent.
I'm seeing over on Facebook, Elizabeth Jacob said, had a past consultant rejoin Wednesday. One more is joining team tonight. She had an issue with her cards, so doing it over the tonight. Awesome, Elizabeth. Super, super awesome. Deb said she had a win. She booked a few parties at the apartment by her building. Awesome. Kathy, my win is I have chosen to believe in myself and make 2023 my year. Absolutely. Love
Yay,
that.
Kathy.
Love it. Love
You
it.
know,
Love it.
I love that you said that, Kathy, because that's it. I mean, really, 2022 is no different than 2023. It's still a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But I have decided, and I know what I say and what I do influences all of us, our little working team here, Brittany and Robbie. And I just decided this year I'm going to sign up 50 new consultants. That's what I decided at the first of the year. I've never done that in my life. And I was like, there's no way I can do that, but I'm going to do it. I don't know how. That help will come.
Yep.
It's okay. And by just changing your thoughts and your attitudes, it will come. It's exciting. Oh, thank you, Andrea. I appreciate it. I finally have, I barely can get my hand up here now to straighten my hair. So I had shoulder surgery a couple months ago. Thank you, sweetheart. And haven't been able to get my arm up to straighten my hair. So it's been curly. So thank you. I appreciate that. You're so sweet. So anybody else win before we get started?
Yeah, any other wins?
Your attitude is everything. 100% everything.
Absolutely. Well, we can
Shall we
get
get
started.
going?
Is that okay? Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, today is a big, it's basically a big monthly celebration. So Fridays are celebration days, okay? So just reviewing a little bit, our DMO, our finding DMO is commenting, there's creating content, there's connecting, converting, and celebrating. So this is our celebrating. So Fridays are celebration days, celebrating days. Obviously, there'll be some dares over the weekend and some training involved, but today was like a monthly celebration from this last month. So we're super excited about this last month because basically next Monday is basically getting into February. So that's why this is the first month. So, but we're going to have a few things to talk about that in the training today and also the dare for today. So we're super, super excited. Also next week is all about branding. Next week, we're going to talk about branding, and it's basically going to be talking about how to build our brand on social media. And he said the key to a really good branding is telling really good stories. Okay. So that's where he goes into like talking about stories and how powerful and important stories are.
Can I tell him? He said, this is not really about what he's teaching today, but he said he has this written on the top of his computer. So he sees it every single day. It says, make your success story larger than your excuse story.
Oh yeah.
I love that. I love that. Make your success story larger than your excuse story, because isn't it everything a story? We get out of bed today and it was like, oh, my shoulders hurt me. I didn't sleep very well last night. I'm pretty tired. And so I'm kind of like a poor me, I got to take a nap story today. But by coming in here and just being with you and just listening to someone that inspires me, makes me have more energy and think my success story today is going to be, I'm going to get energy and I'm going to go sell, what'd she say, $600? Holy cow. I'm going to go sell $600 today.
Yep.
Maybe not, but we'll try.
Yeah. He even went into that afterwards, and he talked about biggest hater we'll ever have, because social media, we've heard of trolls, we've heard of haters, we've heard of people like that, but the biggest hater we'll ever have in our life is our own self.
That's right. That's right.
Because even though we fall asleep and we don't know what else is going on in the world, our brain is still working. Okay. So it's basically because of the inner hater inside and what's going on with the doubt of like feeling we can't do something, we can. So really remember that, focus on that success story and make that larger than that excuse story.
Can I tell this little story? This is not about Fraser. This is about us, our inner workings here. About 3 or 4 years ago, my Facebook profile was maxed, maybe 3 years ago, to 5,000 viewers or 5,000 friends. So you can't add any more friends. So we had a discussion here and we decided that we should go through my friends and take out a bunch of friends that I don't associate with anymore. And so we had that discussion. Our sweet assistants went in and deleted all my friends, except for the ones that were Frank or my family that we knew of. They just deleted them out.
We deleted them, but kept them as a follower.
Yeah, kept them as a follower because that's what we talked about. And when I realized that, it was like, what do you mean you got rid of all my friends? I mean, I kind of had a nervous breakdown and it was my own fault. It was my own story because I hadn't been a good leader and followed through with what was happening. So that was years ago. And it was a really make your mess your message. So that was 3 or 4 years ago. Well, I talk about it all the time because it was an impactful thing in my life that taught me a great lesson about how to talk and explain and go through with some of my team members, some of the people that help me out. Well, just yesterday, it came up that one of our employees is still with us. And she had mentioned to Brittany that she has nightmares because she thinks Robin is disappointed in her because years ago she did this. I'm like, what? She says, you keep bringing it up. It just keeps coming up. Yeah, because it was a great lesson to me. I took my mess, my excuse story and made it a success story in my mind. But in her mind, she felt like for years, every time we talk about Facebook, I was disappointed in her. So we make our stories in our head that oftentimes are really not true. And Robbie tells us all the time, when I say, oh, this happened, he goes, that's your story. And it's true. It's what we make in our head, which 99% of the time is not true. So change your story, change your life.
Exactly.
And that just came up yesterday. Sorry, that was a little squirrel.
No.
But I wanted to tell you that because stories impact not only our life, but other people's lives. So when we tell a story to someone, that, stories sell, facts tell. So.
And I would even say there's always a different perspective in any situation that happens to you. A lot of times we tend to go to the negative when really a great prompt for you in those times when you're like kind of spiraling a little bit is saying, what's great about the situation is this. Hey, what's great about the situation is I still have a bunch of followers. What's great about the situation is I have people watching out for me and still like we can start fresh, right? So now when we're at the 5,000 max again, we're going to learn from that and say, okay, we're not going to delete out everybody. We might delete out maybe like, unfriend, but still follow. Obviously we want to still keep our followers, but maybe unfriend maybe like 250 or 500 and stay in that thing. Because to me, I had someone ask me to be their friend. I didn't know who they were. We had a bunch of mutual friends, but I went into their profile and I couldn't just friend request them because they hit the 5,000 max. And because it was kind of hard, or at least me, I'm not used to like just following somebody on Facebook. I just like, it's too much work. I'm not going to do it. So I don't know if that's for everybody. That was my experience, but that's something that on personal profiles that a decision or a strategy to look into to be able to see how you want to handle that. Okay.
So let's go into praise your stories. So I've been with paparazzi since the beginning of time. So if I come in to someone that's brand new, or many of you that are just kind of working the business, just getting going, just starting to build your business. And I said, oh my gosh, last week I made $8 million or I made, what was it? She had $600 in sales. I had $6,000 in sales last week. Oh my gosh, you should come and join me. Well, is that really what, Or I can say last year I was 7-figure bling boss, which are true. I made $1 million in paparazzi. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. But it kind of turns people off. It's like, yeah, well, she's boasting, or she thinks she's pretty cool. She's been doing it 10 years. Do I have to wait 10 years to be able to do this? So he came up with this 7-day story.
And so also to add into that, when you have a celebration, so we're going to get into this, a part of the dare, or like a dare right now, is we're going to say what's best. We're going to create a story for ourselves and say what's best. What's in the last 7 days? What was the best thing that I can tell that happened in the last 7 days? Okay. So we're going to try and practice on writing a story, whether that's, hey, I made $600, whether I rank advanced, whether I signed up, one or two people, whether
or even if you just message someone,
whether I had a bunch of new followers. My win is Teresa said my win went from 190 followers to 300. Huge win from the last 7 days. But when you tell this celebration story, like my mom was saying, if you just focus on the celebration on social media, people can easily kind of just say you're boasting. Okay. So a way to do that is first talk about the struggle first, and then you can talk about the win. Okay.
That's right.
So talk about the struggle first. Like, hey, even like, hey, in the last 7 days, story time. Hey, from this last year, I feel like social media is like a whole nother language. I have not understood it. I have never been able to understood it. Like, I know there's so many different platforms, all these different types of things, like a live and a story, all this different stuff. How do I find people, all this stuff? But then in the last month, you can say the last month or the last 7 days. Here's a story for the last month. In the last month, I've been doing this 90-day program with my team, with my business, and I've totally, my confidence has just skyrocketed. I finally understand what social media is about, what these different platforms are, what these different types of content, how to find people, and my followers have grown by 2 times. I've grown from 190 to 300 followers, right? So there's a story to be able to let people see where you were at before, and then where the celebration was with, like, hey, I've grown my followers. Hey, I made $600 this week, right?
So he said, what's your best story in the last 7 days?
So that's the goal. That's the dare, is to create a story of what's the best story in the last 7 days that's happened.
So I saw Bill said something about he got an extra 100 viewers on a reel. I've heard you say $600 in sales. Let's see who else. Kimberly says 10 in her VIP group. Whatever it is, what is that? What is your best thing that's happened? Like, we have our daily wins. What's your win in the last 7 days?
Right.
And is it customers? Is it viewers? Is it sales? Whatever it is, consultants, whatever it is.
And Andrea, I hit over 500 followers.
Yes.
Michelle said, I got a win that was, I did a reel that got 14,000 views. Those are awesome wins. Okay.
Well, look at Deb. She says, I did my very first reel today with music.
Right. That's a big win. It's a very big win.
It's a great story because so many people out there can relate to you.
Right. So the dare for today for that is record yourself as the best 7-day story that you have. And then that you can tell about your business, and send it to someone on your team, whether it's your upline, sideline, downline, someone on your team. And that's the dare. That's a double dare we talked about for today. But that's not the only dare. That's the first part of the dare. Okay?
And if you don't have a team, send it to a sister or a friend or something, and just have them look at it and give you some critiques, because we want you to get good at telling stories. Right. That's what this is all about.
And if you tell a great story and you want to share it and post about it, find some sort of way to find a hook, story, and offer with it. Like, how can I grab people in and hook it? And a great way in the description is, he said, oh shoot, where was it? In the caption, and then it all changed. Like, oh, this was all happening in the past. Like, I didn't know anything about social media, and then it all changed. Or, oh, in the past, I was struggling on social media and only hovering at about, that person said they had 190 followers. I was hovering at 190 and barely getting 1 or 2 a week, and then it all changed. Now I'm at 300. I gained 100 followers in a week. I mean, that's a cool story. Hey, message me if you want to learn how. Message followers underneath below, or message some sort of easy word to be able to below. Okay, so that's one dare. Okay, and then the second dare we're going to go into right now is it's gonna be focusing on celebration and catching up. Okay, this is a catch up weekend. Okay, right. So this is going to be broken down into 4 sections. This is the homework broken down into 4 sections. Okay.
What is a celebrate? What is something to celebrate in the last 30 days? What have you grown? What have you done in the last 30 days that you really feel like you can celebrate
from this 90-day run? Okay, so that's the first section. Find some wins. Find some things to celebrate from this last 30 days that you've done this with. Okay.
So number 1, celebrate. 2
is reflect.
Reflect. What have you done in the last 4 weeks? And what could you have done better had you played all out?
Yeah.
So reflect in the last 4 days. Maybe sometimes it's like, oh, I really haven't done the reels. I haven't done the assignments, but I did 1 or 2 and that was good. But if you played full out, how much different would that have been? So just write these down.
There's even 2 different ways of looking at it as well. Is you could say, what could you have done better as one? And then what do you feel like you played full out on?
There you go.
This last 30 days. So there's 3 different options that you can look at. Okay. Number 3 is reset. Okay. So look past this last month. Was this a good month of following through on the homeworks and the finding DMO? and following through on the replays, or was it a bad month? Okay. So if it's a good month, it's motivation and it's getting ready for the next month. But if it's a bad month, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
And just do better. I remember at convention, I don't know, a couple of years ago, Trent really pushed, make your best, be better than your best. So don't compare to Robin Frank. Don't compare to Juanita or Andrea or Pamela or Kathy or anybody. Don't compare to your upline, your downline, your sideline, your who knows line. Compare to your best.
Right.
And better your best.
Yep. And the fourth one is regrets. So we're going to let go of any regrets you had this last month. Like,
don't feel guilty.
Yep. Oh, I wish that I would have like actually done that homework assignment that 1 week. Oh, I wish I would have like, they said to do 2 reels and I barely even did 1, right? Let go of all the regrets. And I have an awesome story here. If any of you guys are Ted Lasso fans, I am a huge Ted Lasso fan. Ted Lasso, it's a show on Apple TV, and he's a coach a football coach that goes to England, and he's coaching this premier soccer league, and he's never coached soccer before. And one of these experiences with one of his defenders, he comes up to him, and his defender made a bad block or something, and he said, "Hey, do you know what the happiest animal in the world is?" And he's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." He's like, "It's a goldfish." You know why? They've got a 10-second memory. So just forget it and move on. Be a goldfish. Be a goldfish. 10-second memory. Hey, it happened just barely. Guess what? I don't care. I've already forgotten about it. I'm already moving on from it. Okay. Be a goldfish.
Just think about this, of what I told you about in my story before. It's probably been 4 years since our sweet employee did that. And she's still waking up in the middle of the night because now we're talking about Facebook again. And she feels bad about it. For 4 years, she's had this anxiety that I had no idea. Who cares? It's gone from me. But to her, it was a big deal. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. So this is a time to reflect.
Get rid of your regrets.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's a time to reflect from this last month, and it's also a catch up. So if you haven't watched all the replays, go back and watch some of the replays that you missed. Okay. So this is a catch up weekend. So the levels to this, Derek, because every Friday we give different levels. The levels is for these 4 things that we said to kind of reflect on. Number 1 level is do 5 celebrates. Find 5 things that you can celebrate from this past month, and then finish out the reflect, reset, and regrets. Okay.
5 things in each category.
No, 5 things on just celebrate, and then
just
finish
celebrate?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Number 2 is 15 celebrate. Find 15 things to celebrate, and then finish out the other questions in the other categories. And then number 3 is 25. Find 25 things to celebrate from this past month, and then finish out the rest of the questions. Finishing out the questions means go through and talk about what was good, what you could have done better, and what you did awesome this last 4 weeks. That was reflecting. Reset, how to reset this next month and just start anew. And then 4, let go of any regrets. That's what you finishing out the questions are. Okay.
I'm going to add one more little thing here. I'm going to ask you to go into the 90-day social media run and post some of your celebrations.
Yeah, we want to hear
make a video. If you just want to do a picture, that, post your picture and type what they are, but tell us what some of your celebrations are. You can say, I made a decision to do this social media run, and now the first week of this month, and you can just say, I made this decision. This was last month, but next month I'm going to do.
Right. Because
one thing about this is, number 1, when you declare it to the world, it will change. If you just think, oh, I'm going to change and I'm going to watch 4 every week instead of 3 this week, things happen. But once you declare it to the world, you write it, you see it, you will change.
Yep. Awesome. So if you want to
we look forward to your post. Sorry.
Yep. If you want to take this to the next level with these celebrations, there's one more thing. I just saw Kimberly ask a question. Are we going live somewhere to tell about these or something? So find some sort of way that you want to post this. If you want to, this is up to you. Okay. Whether you want just a post, a written post, a reel or a story or a live, obviously different ones do different things, but talk about your celebrations this past month. Okay. But remember, this is where we're bringing up. Don't just talk about your celebrations. Talk about the struggle first, and then it all changed, and then how things, what your celebrations are now. Okay.
But post it in your social media, but we would love to see it in the 90-day social media run, this group right here.
Right.
Yeah,
So when you
share
make-
it to us, share it to us.
And when you make that post, whatever it is, whether it's a post, a story, a live, or a reel, focus on this idea that we've talked about: hook, story, and offer. What's a hook that I can grab people in, whether it's on the description or the picture? We've talked about happy smiles, open mouth smiles. What is the story you're going to tell, which is what we're talking about now? And then the offer. Offer is like a call to action. Get them to comment and engage. Okay.
This or that. Type in the time you're watching this.
Yep. So I have one more little tip that we just ended at the end, and then I want to talk to you guys, and then we'll open up to Q&A real quick.
We got time.
Yep. So I'm just going to talk really, really quick. So we just heard in a Q&A really quick before we got off about hashtags. I did not know this. I still thought hashtags were a big thing, and we want to make sure we're focusing on those. He said hashtags are completely irrelevant in Facebook and Instagram now. And that blew my mind. I was like, what? He said they're only really, they work a little bit on YouTube, and they're more important on TikTok. And he said the reason why, and I'm trying to remember the whole reason why, but he basically said at the beginning with your algorithm and stuff, they look at the hashtag before, I think at the beginning of like a platform, and then the algorithm gets so good at knowing who you are and the type of content that you produce, it doesn't matter anymore. And so he said, it doesn't matter about hashtags anymore on Facebook and Instagram, because if you do have those, then it's easier for spammers and bots to come in on those hashtags and spam you and like bot you. Okay. Yeah. So that's a good little, at least for me, I was just like, wow, that's less things I have to worry about on a post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Sorry, we have like 1 minute for one question. I don't know if anybody has any questions real quick. We have like 1 minute and then we'll get off. Any questions really quick?
Misty did some sneak peeks. Go check those out. Well, thank you. Have a happy weekend. I will be here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Robbie will be here Thursday and Friday because we'll be at EMP. We hope to see you at EMP. Yep. They've opened registration, so if you don't have a ticket, you live near one of those cities, you can still go. Hopefully, be early because they will sell out. I'm sure there. So
love you so much.
So proud of you.
Have a great weekend. Bye bye.